other aspects, and I think that's where dark matter belongs right now.
Where are we pushing it?
Well, listen, I think
are we gonna
like aliens and androids
and robots
and wars, and like I think Jay wants to go back to true sci-fi.
True sci-fi.
Given, like, if we get that season 4. I heard that we will get more of that back to basics and true sci-fi of some androids and some real aliens here. So I don't know.
Shoot.
I'm just kind of just Firefly.
Just start every conversation at these cons with like, anyone a fan of Firefly? So good to be in San Diego. Anthony.
God, I feel like I'm in university. This is like a course. I'm like, it's the treatise on where does dark matter fit in. I'm going to fail this exam,
said the lawyer.
Yeah, where does it fit in? I'll tell you where it fits in for me. What I love about this show, and I think it's where it falls, is that it's a show that doesn't take itself too seriously, but yet isn't just a romp. It does try to address some I think some pretty serious questions about identity, about second chances, about what it is to be a human, about friendship and loyalty, and I think, you know, it's in a lot of ways there's a responsibility that people have on television because we're storytellers, and people turn to storytellers to help frame their world, and I think Joe has taken that responsibility seriously, and I know that I do and we do, and I feel like we managed to take that seriously without being too preachy, and we also managed to have a whole hell of a lot of fun. So that's where it fits for me, and I think that is kind of what the fans are responding to.
Well, that's at least...
Did I pass, guys?
He passed.
Yeah,
well
that's like
said.
a passing grade
well
at least.
Said.
So, yeah.
I have nothing to add. I thought that was very well put, and I absolutely agree. I'm not copping out.
I had no idea that was an option to say.
I'm not copping out, but I thought that was very, very well put, and I'm happy to not dilute the water.
You can't go to all of the above. You can't check that.
Alex, I didn't say all of the above. I said
She just said mine.
I just said it.
So you're just cheating, is what you're doing.
I'm cheating, and I passed the test with my colors. Thank you.
It's a good lesson for all the kids out there.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Don't do what she does. You two in the front row, never look on your classmates.
All right, when you can't finish the retort, you just gotta fade out, fade out, fade out.
Well, Jay, obviously, I'm sure you have some thoughts about this.
All right. Well, actually, when I first bought the comic book that this thing is based on, it was because it had every sci-fi element but reflected in character. Because, I'm sorry guys, Viz effects, I've seen them all right? I controlled the rights to Neuromancer for 17 years trying to make that movie, but and it was all about Viz effects, and it was all about effectively the Matrix. And I said, you can sit and watch a bunch of people go on spaceships and Viz effects and all these things explode, but if you're not watching characters, forget it.
No,
okay?
I'm fine.
So when I bought this book, when I bought this book, I said there's no sense doing a sci-fi show that doesn't deal with everything that you guys might want to think about and relate to. So I made that the focus of the show day one. Like, that's fair.
We're going to throw to questions in a second, so if you have a question, there's a microphone right here, so get in line. And I would just kind of ask, I would actually ask that you would just kind of, if you're able to, kneel down so you're not blocking the people behind you. But, so that was a very serious question, but that was a very serious question, and so I think there's room for some silliness following that serious question, right? You brought something, right?
I cut a little blooper reel, which I think you guys always like. Right? And they actually weren't as funny as they have been in previous seasons, so it was a little harder. But you'll enjoy it. But I Canadianized it. Okay.
Oh yeah, sure.
So if you guys I assume you guys are going to get what I mean once you watch it.
I wonder what that's all about.
Wait. And one sheet, I put my new logo up front, so if you like it, let me know. It's not that.
Dim the lights!
Or that.
Kill the lights!
This is a movie.
All right.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
All right, this logo's coming in a minute.
This summer, the Blooper Reel will play.
Very nice logo.
We just told you. We said, time. You go with the line. Go, dude. Sorry. Go.
We still need supplies.
I'm sorry.
That's the kill part right there.
There's someone in the room. What are you doing here?
Such polite
Alex told me I could use that.
That was a kid from a tour.
Oh.
It was a set tour. Yeah, that was a set tour. So they were watching from behind, and so I said to them, "Do you want to, come in and we'll shoot you and sit in the thing next to me and we'll pull out and whatever and you'll be there." And she was like,
She's so cute.
Never said a thing the entire time, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and throw it to some audience questions. Start with you right there. Please keep it to one question per person as well.
Hi. So you talked a little bit about how Five's a little bit separate from the rest of the group. I wonder if you could talk a little bit about her wardrobe. Everyone else wears black with varying shades of violence, and she's got
How terribly specific.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that is the most obvious way that Five is different from the rest of the crew is appearance. You are correct. Everybody else pretty much just wears black, and then our wardrobe department kind of uses me to make up for the fact that they get bored with those colors. And they're like, let's see how much we can put on Jodelle. So they just, every pattern and color at once. And I'm not complaining. I love it. It's so much fun. And the ear cuff that Five wears, well, she wears two, but one of them I actually made. So I got some input into what she wears. But yeah, I love it. I love how colorful she is. And then the hair, obviously. I know you guys are jealous. You all wish you had green hair.
I wish I had hair.
Thank you. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Alex, totally not surprised that what happened with your character this season. Remember last year you said you wanted to be the betrayer, and now you are.
Yeah.
But so my actual question is for Jay. 13 episodes is not enough. What can we do so that next season we get more? We want more.
Wait. All right, no.
Don't do that.
I can't point him out. There's a guy here who has influence on that decision, but I'm not going to point him out because you'll attack him, right? But yeah, and he just ducked when I looked his way. It's the reality of the business right now. The 13 episodes is sort of what they want to do, and if I asked. At first, when I talked to them about the show and doing more than 13 episodes, Joe said to me, "Oh my God, this is going to be hard," So I didn't fight too much. But the story arcs we get fit the 13, and I don't know how to answer this question because I would love 500 episodes. Okay, But we're going to be doing 13, so that's the way the business works nowadays.
We could start with making sure we get a season 4. So
Tune in live.
By the way,
Talk about it online.
I do ask this question sometimes when I go to these things, and there's a lot of you not watching it on Sci-Fi Channel, and it really helps if you do. So my pitch is watch it on the channel, on the night. That helps us, right?
Yeah, they still in this new fangled world. That old box that sits on your wall that you very rarely turn on because you're always, staring. It's not a box. It's a slim, sort of papery glass thing. Yeah. Turn it on because that's how your favorite shows get renewed. They actually count that stuff still. And I know you might not have a Nielsen box in your house, etc. Except the point is, it really does help.
Yeah, and what you guys are already doing, talking about it on social media, do that even more,
Oh, and tell your friends to watch.
Yeah.
Hashtag renew dark matter.
Hi. So recently we got the time loop episode, which was phenomenal, by the way. But my question is, when are we going to get the body switching episode? Because I really want to see 3 try to kick ass while his mind is in 5's body.
Oh my god. I did not know that I needed this. And I really want that to happen now.
I just really want to kick ass. That's all I want. Totally. If it takes 5's body to do it, done.
Next season, maybe?
No plan right now for a body switching episode, but we'll take
Oh, you better make plans.
Now
it exists in the android? I want to be the android. No, I don't. She has too many words.
So, understanding you can never really be happy because we need the drama. In some fictional universe where you could be happy, what's the one thing you would want to give your character?
To give our character?
Yeah, each of you. What do you think your character really wants that if you could make them happy, you would give them?
A dog. I think too, she's a single woman who is stressed out and dealing with a lot of things. She's independent. I think she should have a dog. I think she should have a space companion. I imagine it's a big, droopy cane corso or a dog like my own, like a French bulldog.
You know what? Based on her track record, I'm thinking a dog may not be the safest thing.
Thank you. That was hard.
Maybe let's start with a goldfish, okay?
Okay, a goldfish.
Anyone else want to weigh in on what you would like to give your character to make them happy?
As Jodelle said, Rio could use a hug and maybe some therapy. Yeah, that'd be it.
I think 5 is pretty easily pleased. Give her some techie things to work on and a plate of cookies and she's happy. Really?
Yeah.
What about 3?
Family.
Aww.
Firefly!
Ooh, sit down.
Hey, how are you?
Hi. Last year I watched the panel, and the camaraderie on your panel was so amazing last year. I had to see you again this year. And this year it even does better than last year. And my question is, who's the jokester on the set?
It's all of the guys.
Yeah.
It's all of the guys. It depends on the day, but it's Alex, Anthony, and Roger. The 3 of them are just nut jobs. They're so fun.
It's kind of like
Anthony's a nut job in a different way. He's funny because he can, we get into big debates. He's really fun to debate with. Yeah.
Because you lose.
Yep, there it is.
Hey.
Hi, first off, Melissa, I love you. The strength that you bring to the character is amazing. It's just so inspiring.
Thank you so much.
My question is for 4. Alex, I'm going to take you back in time. In season 2, episode 12, what was your reaction when you read the script?
It was. hold on, no. If my brother's not taking over the throne, what's happening to me? I'm getting off the Raza? What do you mean I'm getting off the Raza? Because, like, that, my whole thing was, I thought after I kill Akita, I would go to Zyron, I would win the throne, I would win the people over, people would love me, but then I would leave it to my brothers, because they gave me a brother, so I thought it would be him, and then they decide, hey, I'm going to slit his throat. And then I said, okay, cool, so I guess I'm not coming back. And that was the reaction I had, and it just doesn't go any further than that, or deeper.
That was our reaction too.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey there, how are you?
Hey. First, real quick, I didn't know this until today. A friend of mine pointed this out. Jadelle, you were the one-armed zombie who kills Sigourney Weaver in Cabin in the Woods?
Yes, I was.
Oh, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Cabin in the Woods.
You're supposed to do that before.
I just want to say I love the show. Thank you. The thing that drew me in, you talked about a little bit already, is the characters, the people you care about. You want to see what happens to them, and that's what draws me in. I want to ask, is there any aspect of your characters that wasn't originally as written, but that you brought to it?
Jay would probably be very well placed to answer that question.
You gotta think this through. I mean, I knew Anthony before, and he's such a sarcastic guy that I think we wrote that up, right? More than was originally anticipated. Melissa, I met her at lunch. And yeah, we met at lunch because, to be honest, we were looking at somebody else at the time, and everybody said, no, Jay, you gotta meet Melissa, So I went to lunch with her, and I thought, she's cool. I thought she was so cool. So I got from the lunch, I said, okay, guys, she gets it. I said, but I think the original character wasn't going to be as complex as what she's brought to the part. So I can tell you she's given it a bigger range than we initially anticipated. Alex, dry as all hell, tough. You know, I think the sword play, all that stuff, I don't think we would have done as much if he didn't. Whatever you do to be able to do that stuff, and worked out. He got very dedicated to it. You know, he's got abs now that he probably didn't have before as well. So,
no, I was traumatized by season 2 when they were like, yeah, so we're actually going to do, what was that movie that Shawshank Redemption? You wanted it like that for the male scene.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, wait, one day notice. Okay, I look terrible.
Yeah. Oh, that opening. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were supposed to be dressed a lot less.
That possible?
And
Jodelle.
Oh my God, what Jodelle did with that part, I can tell you. There's no way we would have anticipated where we were going to go with her character. I mean, it was a quieter, less, crucial character to the show, but Jodelle brought such dimension to it, we just wrote her up. And I mean, Zoe, oh my God, I had Zoe in Lost Girl, and originally the android was a guy, right? And one of my producers came to me and said, Zoe wants to be the android. I said, no, she doesn't. And I said, yeah, she wants to play the android. I said, you're kidding me. I don't believe this. And I talked to her, and she said, this is a challenge, Jay. And I didn't really anticipate what a challenge it would be. So the android originally was much drier, much more technical all the time. In fact, we had conversations with a sci-fi channel about how the android, what kind of personality it should have. And I said, no, we're just going to let Zoe do what she does. So Zoe brought all of that to the android, right? Wow. And Roger, God, he's like dad. He's like big brother. So we wrote that up too. He naturally embraced that, and the chemistry between him and Five came out of that as well. Big brother.
Well, we are running down on time, but I'm curious. Like, as far as everybody out there, they talk a lot online, social media. It's a very dedicated fan base. But do you find you guys listening? Are you listening to that fan base out there?
All right. On the web, we've got a few hundred people talking to us on the web. Not a lot of people are giving opinions. If I had a few thousand people in a room, maybe I could get a better idea of what they want from the show. By the way, that was a planted question for me, in case you haven't noticed. And I'm curious how much you guys like the idea of aliens being attacked. Good. Okay, one more. Because we've hinted at a few things. Android revolts. Like that idea? Good. Now the really major debate of the whole writer's room. Romance.
No.
Oh God, that's
Very
exactly
nice.
what they told me you would do. You guys are hilarious. No romance? Come on.
Who could be the romance?
So no romance.
Graphic only.
What?
You don't want anybody getting together? No hookups, nothing. Oh my gosh, you guys are no fun. All right.
Very interesting.
Okay, well, now you can't tell Joe they said that.
He's going to see it on the internet. Someone's probably tweeting it right now.
No romance. Wow.
Joe, you were right.
All right, so we have like 1 minute left. So in that time, I need each of you to give some sort of tease, without a spoiler, tease about what we have left this season. And then Jay, go last, because you're also going to be able to throw any kind of tease as far as the future. So, okay, Jodelle, go, tease.
Oh yeah. Well, I just want to say first of all that episode 9, I'm really looking forward to everybody seeing that. That's one of my absolute favorites, and it's something totally different than what we've done before. So I think everybody will really enjoy it. And also, just the final moment of the season finale was like, I can't wait to see your reactions, because I don't even know what's going to happen next after that. So I'm very curious to see what your theories are.
Alex, tease.
Real versus 2. And literally the most extensive fight sequence we've done to date.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, and for a big chunk of it really is just Alex and I, and it was a blast fighting you, man. He's amazing to work with, really amazing to work with.
All right, Anthony, please.
Black ships from episode 4. We heard Jodelle say that. Keep it in your mind. And also, my kid, when asked what their set visit was like, said the following: "It was really cool. I saw Daddy carry his girlfriend in a little can."
Amazing teaser.
Good one.
Oh my God. Okay, Melissa. 2 android chicken egg, and who is 2 at the end of this show? I think that's for me. Like that's the teaser that I have. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. You guys have no idea what kind of cliffhanger is coming for you. And get it out there. Social media. Season 4. You're gonna want it, because season 3 ends in a way where there's a lot of loose threads. So we gotta find out what happens.
All right, Jay, tease.
All right, Gateway.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Something's coming.
Oh my God.
That's the best I can give you, and based on what I just learned 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, I'm going to change a few things.
All right, so San Diego, on that note,
This is not
tomorrow, new episode of Dark Matter, but also you guys...
Wait, he's got a routine.
No, this is not done. Listen, we got loud last year. It's happening again this year. Can we? But we're gonna start like this. Razza crew, Razza crew, Razza crew, Razza crew, Razza crew, Razza crew,
He's in
Razza crew, 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 Razza crew. Razza crew! Razza crew! Razza crew! Razza crew! San Diego!